Hello and good evening. I'm Melisa, Idris.
And I'm Sharaad, Kuttan.
Tonight on Consider This, we welcome Datuk Chong Sin Woon, Secretary General of MCA, former MCA Youth Chief, as well as the former Education Deputy Minister. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi.
Now, a lot of ground to cover tonight. We're going to be talking in the next half an hour about Muafakat Nasional, the Tanjung Piai by-election, the future of MCA, as well as the recent TAR UC controversy. But I would like to start off with the Tanjung Piai by-election and get a sense from you, given the recent General Assembly of MCA, what is the sense of what happened at Tanjung Piai? What is MCA's sense of what happened in Tanjung Piai?
Well, it's getting MCA a new breath, rejuvenise the whole party. If you compare the two AGM that we had just about last year, the same time, December the 1st, we were talking about leaving Barisan Nasional, dissolving Barisan Nasional. None of the component party were invited to officiate or join the party. But look at this year. Not only we invited the UMNO chairman to officiate us, but the deputy were there, SecGen were there, MIC were there. The whole phenomenon, euphoria is very different. And it gave a boost to MCA to make a comeback again. So Tanjung Piai by-election is really a new chapter for us.
But so, was it a protest vote against Pakatan, or was it a vote for MCA? How do you see that?
Yeah, it's a two main reasons. One, of course, absolutely is a vote of protest over the Pakatan government. Secondly, is because of the candidates. The Sri Dr. Vijay Singh himself has been there for the past 20 years, and he served the constituents very well. Thousands of people receive his personal care, assistance on monthly basis, and he was very hardworking, very down to the road, down to the ground with the people. And you can see whenever during the by-election, people from all walks of life, all races, recognize him, hugs him, loves him. So these two main reasons give us the landslide majority.
Right, but last year they rejected him. And the question is, why did they reject him? Was it MCA siding with Najib Razak's administration, seen as a corrupt administration? Was it the kind of confusion about where MCA was? Was it now a junior party within the coalition?
If you're talking about last year general election, it's a total consensus by the Chinese to change the government. They listen to DAP and they buy the idea. It's time for, after 60 years, we need a new government. So whether you serve it well, whether you did very well, a good MP or whatnot, they will say, sorry, this is not about you. This is about having a new government. So even Tiong Lai, who did a lot in Bentong, lost. Vijay Singh only lost by 500 over votes. Kasiong only won by 300 votes. So it's not about whether you perform or not. It is the whole trend of changing a new government. That was the inspiration of the last PRU.
Okay, so in the case of the recent Tanjung Piai by-election, pundits were saying that this was seen to be an endorsement of Muafakat Nasional. I want to get your sense of where you think the Muafakat Nasional pact, how that came into play in the by-election. What was PAS's role in the by-election win?
Well, if you're talking about Muafakat Nasional, it is a piagam, a so-called coalition working together between PAS and UMNO. If you're talking about this Muafakat, yes, it really works to the Malay ground. Hadi was there to campaign for Jack Singh. Of course, Najib was there, Zahid was there. The whole machinery of UMNO, from the top to the very Cawangan kind of machinery, were all there. They were whacking us of having PAS in the picture. They were whacking Najib, the corrupted, were there with Jack Singh. But none of these attacks works. That shows how angry people are against the Pakatan. And also that also shows how people really want Jack Singh to replace the other party for Tanjung Piai.
Yeah, we come back to why people are angry, and I think I'll be very interested to understand what you think is going on. But the question of Najib, I mean, your party stood by him, and this is a man that now stands in the dock, accused of plundering the state and its resources. I mean, how does the party make sense of Najib Razak? I mean, is it something that people are willing to forget, that his alleged corruption and his obvious ways, especially with his wife, of spending money in a very lavish fashion.
Well, you're right when you use the word allege. Let him face the judiciary action, whatever it is, and he chosen to defend himself. So I would not agree that MCA still stand by him or supported him and make him our leader. No, he was our prime minister before. Now that he came,
but there were serious allegations, and those allegations won American journalist Pulitzer prizes. Actually, this is not a unless you are agnostic and say, well, we think just leave it to the courts. We don't actually have a position on the allegations. I mean, don't you think the one MDB story was very serious?
Yeah, it's a serious case. That's why, whatever position that we make now, let's courts decide. There is judiciary system in the country, and the present government have taken actions. Let him defend, let him explain, let the court judge. If he's involved in any corruption, take action against him, put him into the jail.
Will MCA distance itself from the leadership that has been alleged of corruption?
When he willingly come down and campaign for us, when Hadi wanted to come down campaign for us, as what my president have said many times, on the solidarity of opposition ground, who have shared the common issues, we welcome all the supports. We do not please don't come to campaign for us. I want to distance you from me.
You didn't see him as toxic. You didn't see toxic to MCA and its vision of Malaysia.
Okay, as far as MCA is concerned, as I said in the by-election, even if those friends of MCA, friends of Barisan Nasional came down, IPF, PPP, whoever want to come down to campaign for us, on that ground, we welcome. But you don't see our support to him on the court or whatnot. I say, let the court decide. Everybody have a say and a chance for them to explain themselves. So by far, what the president have said, we want to make sure the Barisan Nasional come back to the core struggle, which is for multiracial, for the middle path, for the centrists. We don't go extreme on race issue, on religion issue, on royalty issue, the 3 Rs, neither one. We want to come back to the real Malaysia that we have built so many years. Of course, there is hiccups here and there. During the 60 years, some corruption, some mismanagement or whatnot, but those actions taken, and continue to taking action against them. But we want UMNO, we want MCA, we want MIC to come back to the core values that we have shared so many years, power sharings. We want to have everybody's benefit from the growth of the country. Let's move forward from here. Okay. A new chapter for us.
We're going to come back and continue on that, especially the future of MCA riding from the win in Tanjung Piai. That's coming up next on Consider This. Make sure you stay right here on Astro AWANI. We'll be right back.